Lenten Lunchtime Lesson, Wednesday after the second Sunday in Lent. Anticipation, manifestation, cooperation. Knowing that we were redeemed, not with corruptible things, with silver or gold, from your vain manner of life handed down from your fathers, but with a precious blood, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, even the blood of Christ, who was foreknown indeed before the foundation of the world, but was manifest at the end of times for your sake. 1 Peter 1, verses 18 through 20. The love of God anticipated all that might result from God's creation. God took tremendous risk when he created man and gave him a free will, for that will could thwart the purpose of his creative love. He anticipated the risk of the readiness of his redeeming love to go to all the length of Calvary's sacrifice. Thus Christ was foreknown and foreordained as the Lamb sacrificed. God anticipated his death, all that would happen to him on earth of ours, and his own foreknowledge and love. When man brought him a gallows, his love had anticipated even that. Christ's behavior at Calvary is the manifestation of what the anticipation was. Adversity accepted by prayer will become the manifestation of faithfulness. Christ was offered as a lamb before the foundation of the world, we are told. This, of course, does not mean that God intended his son to be crucified or it arranged for him to be crucified. It means that God was ready for any emergency, and when the gallows came, he had love sufficient for that. He would make a sacrifice of love and a way of winning souls. God had anticipated it all, and his love was manifest in the incarnation and passion of our divine Lord. We, on our part, should try to anticipate our day in our prayer. Well, our morning prayers are very important, more important, if one may speak in that way, than our evening prayers. It is difficult for some people to get any length of time in the morning, but our prayers need not be long. We should try to anticipate our day in prayer so that before ever we meet it naturally, we have met it supernaturally. God knows that we may only guess a little that events are going to happen to us and what our day with its joys and difficulties may have in store for us, all the contacts we shall have with people. If we talk things out with him and meet people first with him in prayer, then they come to us in our day. We shall not be thrown out of poise or betrayed into some denial of love. When we meet the events that the people we have prayed about, then we must try to manifest that love, that bearing, which we have asked God to give us as we knelt before our crucifix in the early morning, or beheld in imagination of the beautiful bearing of Christ in his incarnate life. If there's been anticipation in our prayer with God, there will be a Christ manifestation in our life. And he who is our companion in the way, to whom each of us is precious with a particular preciousness, will teach us to cooperate with him with our own suffering, offering of love that no one else in the world can offer. Because each one of us is separate in the creative purpose and redeeming love of God. We should try, therefore, to be regular in our morning prayers. People often rush out without any prayer at all. And in the day, they get into a terrible mess and then go to God at night and ask him to get them out of it. Too many use their religion as medicine, not food. They make it a remedy for evil, but not a means for good. We think of this human nature of ours manifest in the perfect achievement of Christ's incarnate life. We have to remember that it is that which is shining before us. It is that which we have come to offer in his sacrifice of love. It is that with which we are made one in the act of communion. Let us try quietly and reverently and with faith to lay each day before God, to meet spiritually beforehand each event and each person, so that each event we shall not come to as a stranger. Each person will not come to us as a stranger. Each event we shall feel is a challenge to the soul, calling us to behave therein as a child of God. Each person in someone sent to us in a province of prayer. We must try to anticipate our day in prayer, to manifest in it the character of one of God's children, and in it all to be cooperating with Christ, our companion.